way, that way. Welcome to the Jungle Chin live show. We are here in the Amazonian A community. We're out here, guys. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, of 42 children here. This community is full of kids. So this is where we will use the shoe that grows. I cannot wait to do this. Hopefully we'll get to live it for you sometime, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it works out. They're fascinated by English here. But I thought while we're here, hey, let's take a quick tour of the community because there are some really different things here that I think you'll like. So come on, follow me. Hey, what are you grateful for today? Wendell, here's your water. Wendell's grateful for his water. We have had a hot few days of traveling. You saw the boat fiasco and everything. Hey, here is one of the wells that we have dug. Now this looks a little different than one of the other ones, but it's because this will push the water. We'll show you where it goes to, but it also pushes it to the houses so that they have these lines underground that go to each of the houses so they have clean, safe drinking water in each and every house for not only drinking, but also to wash their dishes, to cook with, to bathe with, so they don't have to go down there to the river like we used to have to do every time we came here. So, let's go on a tour. Vamos lá. Vamos. Hey, what are you grateful for today? I'm grateful for clean water, clean, safe drinking water. Just coming back to this community just reminds me all the time of how blessed we are in the United States and maybe wherever you're watching from, that you can just go to a faucet and turn on clean water. Guys, until we got here, these people, these little kids right here, they had no clean, safe drinking water. Can you imagine all their lives, them not having clean, safe drinking water? They're drinking water from the river. But praise God, He sent us here. Miranda and her husband, they were the ones who donated. They said, hey, for our wedding, we don't want any wedding presents. We just want you to donate money so that we can dig a well in the Amazon. And this here in Adanatuba is where we dug that well for these little ones. So let's talk about Adanatuba. Let's talk about this unique community. So Edivor and Carlos are two of our missionaries. They were working in a community called the PDS community, Solva. They were over in that community, and some of the people from there said, hey, we would love to go where some of our relatives live, which is another Amazonian community, and we would love to tell them about Jesus. There was no church here at the time, no evangelical presence, so they started coming. And Edimar and Carlos started training the people of the community they were working in to minister here. So then a couple years ago, when Wendell and I got word of this, we came to Brazil, we came to the Amazon, and we began to work here. Then after Edimar and Carlos's 2 years were up in the community they planted a church in, we moved them over here so they could continue the work. And it's working. It's awesome, it's working. But let's talk about some unique things here. If you look up above, looks a lot like street lights, right? What in the world? Okay, it was a community-wide, actually Amazonian-wide program that the government did a few years ago where they came in, helped provide generators for all the Amazonian communities around here, provided gas to run, or maybe it was diesel, I'm not sure which one runs it, to run these generators so that from 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock at night, they can have lights. They can have energy here. We use that to our advantage, so we have services here at night. So then we can use the light for services, and it's so much cooler at night than it is during the day, so we're appreciative for that. So over here they have their school. I'm so impressed. This place used to be pretty, I'm just going to be honest, it used to be pretty trashy. A lot of alcohol, a lot of drugs. We are, I think, probably Eddie Mar and Carlos said 8 hours or 12 hours away from the city via Hibeta. It's a long way. 8 to 12 hours at least to get here from the port city. So we're way out here. And this place used to be really trashy. It used to be a big mess. I mean, you could even tell not only the spiritual atmosphere, but the physical atmosphere represented the spiritual atmosphere. And it was very trashy, but recently, look what they did. On every light post, they put a trash can. And now you can look on the ground. No more trash. They've taught the kids how to throw the trash into the trash bins. I know it seems so logical to those of us, especially those of us in the U.S. who would never litter, but actually this is quite revolutionary for this location. They used to just open up a piece of candy or open up something and they just throw the trash on the ground and then just keep going. But not anymore. Now they use the trash cans. You know, we have the pets, the dogs. They also got, I don't know, Wendell, if you can zoom in on this. The boat out there is an SOS boat. So this community now has a woman by the name of Donna Branca. She is trained in how to get urgent emergency situations from other communities in this one into the port city within about 3 to 4 hours. It's pretty impressive. So they've given her this boat, the medical organization has given her a boat so that she can transport people as needed. And praise God for that. If you guys remember, about a year or two ago, Carlos had appendicitis. That's something that would have taken him, back then we didn't have that unfortunately, but that would have been something that could have taken him instantly in so that he wouldn't have had all the complications that he had. Oh yes, we have chickens running around everywhere. Now let's talk about this. They're everywhere. You'll see more down here in just a minute. These satellite dishes? What in the world? Okay, because the government came in and gave them the lights and the generator, the people started realizing they were also getting financial help from the government. So they started buying these. Now these aren't like satellite dishes like we know. They might look like that. But because an antenna really wouldn't work here to get any kind of TV signal, because we are so far out, they use these, pointed in its correct direction, and then they can get about 3, sometimes 4 different TV channels. And yeah, televisions are here in this community. Crazy. So as I was talking about before about the well, the water comes to here. It's pushed up because we have the generator at night. The water is pushed up into the tank, and then the tanks, because of the gravity and pressure, push it out to the houses down in this area. And if you turn around and look, this is actually, it belongs with the boat to the governmental agency that runs the health department. Kind of like an urgent care in the middle of the jungle, except, well, there's nobody here that cares for you. They can get you into the city, but once, maybe twice a month, sometimes somebody will come and attend the people here in the community. Again, more of the crazy satellite dishes. Everybody's got one. I actually think it was part of a governmental program also to put these in this community. I don't think the people had to pay for them, and it's not like they have a monthly subscription. It's not like cable like you might have. This is totally different. It's literally just like having an antenna at your house. Oh dear. Not good. Cuidado. And unfortunately, a lot of the dogs and animals here are not well taken care of. I mean, look at this beauty. Isn't this amazing? Look at that sunset. two down here, many of you were a part of. So Eddie Mar and Carlos had shared with us about a special family here in the community who really needed help. Their house was literally falling down. The roof had such issues, and we're in the middle of a rainforest, and it would rain and water would just pour through their house. So Eddie Mar and Carlos let us know about it. Of course, we started to pray. People started to give, and I want to show you their house and their new roof. Isn't it beautiful? Put a nice new tin roof on top. They totally tore the house down, and we bought new wood, and they put the house back together. So great. Even the floor is new on the inside. Let's look at it from this side too. It looks good. É casa de alguém aqui? Não? É casa? Ah, é? Ah. Ok. É dentro? Ah, tá. Ah, sim, sim. All right, we'll go to one other thing here in the community. It'll take us a little while to get there, so you can enjoy the scenery as we walk. But at this hour, because it is so much cooler, guys, it was so hot today. I took a nap. That's how hot it was. I mean, it will just drain your energy, even all the energy I have. We had traveled all morning and then got here, and oh, it was so hot. But it's all right. At this hour, it gets quite a bit cooler. Now, it's not cold by any means, but quite a bit cooler. And so everybody goes to play soccer. Soccer and volleyball actually are a big thing here. You want to give an Amazonian a present that they will love for a lifetime? It's a soccer ball or a volleyball. Oh, hey, the lights came on. Look. The government also came in and made these sidewalks, as we're walking on right now, because when it's in heavy rainy season, all of this, as you can see, would just be mud and muck. For those who don't have the water pipes going to their house for whatever reason, they can still come right here, open up the hose, and get clean, safe drinking water. Olha, ele está ajudando. Oi! I'm gonna go get a picture of him helping her. Tu pode ajudar? Dá pra ele. Dá pra ele, pra ajudar. Pega uma. Aham, pode pegar. Tu pode pegar água? Pega água, bebê.
Deixa eu
Tem que lavar. You gotta wash it first. You gotta wash it out. So each month, every family here in this community gets basically like a stipend, you might call it. It's called Bulsada Familia, and it's a governmental program that helps certain families of certain communities financially. So they can go into town once a month. They can go into the port city. And like Eddie Martin Carlos will tell you, it takes them literally hours, like 12 hours to get there, but it's worth it for them. And then they can use that money, truthfully, for anything they want. Ideally, they're supposed to use it for rice and beans and for things that will help sustain their families. One major prayer request we have, though, is that you'll pray that that's what they'll use the money for. Because unfortunately, a lot of them are now using it for alcohol. That was a huge, huge problem before we got here, and it has minimized, but unfortunately it's growing again. And so we really want to pray that they will be responsible with the money that they're getting, that they will use it for good, not for evil, that they'll use it to sustain the lives of these beautiful children, that they'll use it for clothing, for things that really, really matter, for food, for things that really matter, and not just waste it on stuff. Most of these trees that you see are fruit trees. Essa aqui é a jambueira? Azetonera. Ah, é? Azetonera olive. This is an olive tree, guys. It doesn't have any olives on it right now. Oi? O que é essa aqui? Goiaba? Não. O que é? Fala pra eles o que é essa. Oi? Ah, this one right here, he's telling me is a lemon tree. Lime, sorry, we have limes here, we don't have lemons. Tem goiaba também? I love that the kids know exactly what these trees are. Essa aqui é limão. Essa, mostra pra mim. Caju. This one, oh, this is cool. Yeah. This is actually a cashew tree. All right, how many of you have ever eaten a cashew nut? Have you eaten a nut? Did you know that that nut actually grows on the top of a fruit? The nut isn't a thing all by itself. It actually grows on top of a fruit. And I actually had the fruit today. I'll put a picture of it in the comment section for you. But that fruit grows on this tree along with the nut. The nut is actually poisonous until you cook it. So you have to take the nut off. You have to go through this massive process. This is why cashew costs so much when you go to the store. Because that nut is so valuable. It's one little nut per fruit. So think of like an apple tree. If like one nut came on top of an apple, right? That's how it's here. You can see right here. One's starting to grow. The cashew nut will be inside of this. Now right now it will be poisonous. Even once it's got the fruit on it, it's poisonous until you cook it. Here's another one. Right here is an acai tree. Oh, desculpa, baby. Aqui, right here are acai trees. Azeitona aqui. Here's another olive tree. And here, as you can see, some people are coming up from the river right now where they've been washing their dishes. Even though the water does come to the houses, some people still choose to do it the old way, where they just go down to the river, take all the dishes, wash them down there, and then bring them back up. Inga? Cadê? Inga? All right, so aqui? Sing, okay. Sing. All right, so this one is an inga tree. We don't have anything like it in the U.S. I'll try to put a picture of it in the comment section for you if I can find one. The inga it grows really long, and then you have to open it up, and it has little fruit pieces on the inside. Here's a banana tree. Oh, you guys got to come see this. This has a funny story with it. Okay, so I thought for years, literally years, that the reason they put their eggshells in their gardens was for some kind of nutrient benefit. Like after you've cracked the egg, right? You would think, okay, maybe you could use it for something. And I kept seeing them in their gardens. So one day I actually asked. I said, what's the nutrient benefit to having these eggshells in the gardens? And the lady looks at me and goes, that's not why we put them there. We put them there because they're so beautiful. Come look. They use them as garden decorations. Come here, see this. Where's that lucky? They're decoration. So as you can see, they've already been used. Can't say I would have ever thought to do that. Alright, so this is unfortunately a dried up inga. But the inga is really long, as you can see here. Usually it's green. Then you open it. Working it. And then when you open it up on the inside, now again, this is a dried up, old, nasty one. But that's where the fruit would then be on the inside. Oh, here's some cashews. Cashew nuts. The cashew nuts actually inside of those. Ah, obrigada. Vamos. Ah, tá, obrigada. Tá, ok. Aqui. Ela tá comendo caju? Ah! Ainda tem essa aqui fácil aqui? Sim. Eu vou mostrar rapidinho. Vou voltar. Não, tá bom. Here, she's got an example for you. She's eating one. This is a cashew fruit. And the cashew nut is right there on top. Man, is this an educational day on the Jungle Gym live show. Oh, obrigada. Aqui, bebê. Pode comer. Pode comer. Vamos lá. Tá ótimo. Apparently he's collecting them for you guys. Many of the people here have actually built new houses within the last few months. You can see the newer wood, which is really good because they were really falling apart before. Hey, look at the beautiful Amazonian sky. Alguém quer? Você quer? Pode pegar. Here we go for those of you who love hot peppers. Oh boy, come here. Pimenta. Oh, you want something that's gonna light you on fire. Right there, and those right over there. They look small but deadly. No thank you, not for me. All right, and last but not least are the soccer fields. As I told you, you want to give an Amazonian a gift, you bring them a soccer ball or a volleyball, but especially a soccer ball. And we usually bring them a soccer ball every time we come. We give it to them to play with. They have a kids field right here. Go play. Oh, yes, bebê aqui. Olá, bebê. As you can see, we're not lacking for children, as I said at the beginning. E aí? Dá oi pra ele. Tem isso aqui? We have a soccer field for the women, and we have a soccer field for the men. Thank you for joining us on the Jungle Gym live show today of our Amazonian tour of the Amazonian egg community. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Thanks again for following along and for praying. Dali pra, ciao.